Good evening. We've got a lot of stuff to discuss here. We've got the total crypto market cap up 1.4 trillion since the flip of the clock to 0.67% up at 2.2 trillion. Bitcoin dominance is up 0.28%, 40.27%. The BITO Pro Shares is down 1.616%, loses the handle on the $30 mark. Tether is up 0.26%. We'll check that chart in just a sec. We're going to go over our new edition. Ethereum will be part of this. So if you're new, what we do here is we go over the total crypto market cap, Bitcoin dominance chart, the BITO Pro Shares, which is the Bitcoin ETF, one of two. We go over Tether. We also go over the Bitcoin chart. And starting today, we're adding Ethereum into our rotation. I love Ethereum because it helps guide us along with Bitcoin to see what the overall market does. Oh, how rude of me. I'm T-Speaker222 with Swing Traders Anonymous. We're at 943 subscribers. We're only 57 subscribers away from partnership and 210 watch hours away, roughly, or 400. I don't know what it is, but we're very close. Probably in the next month or two, we will be partnered on this station. And it's always fun to be part of a station before they end up becoming partnered. I'm partnered on my XRP Future Millionaire page, and it's a blessing. And if I got two partnered stations, I would be honored because it's only been like about 10 months since I started on YouTube, and to have this kind of loyalty and following and just the overall reaction from each and every one of you, and a lot of you in this station aren't part of my XRP Future Millionaire page, so it's really humbling to see the amount of people that have gravitated towards my content. And then also, if you guys don't know, if you're new, I have an ISO headquarters where I do all of the ISO headquarters. All the ISO 20022 content. Not just technical analysis on ISO coins, but I do a lot of things. There'll be an update sometime tonight. I do a lot of things that cover the news, cover the adoption, cover the programmable, and cover the Swift side of it as well. And we also cover the interoperability also, and also the coding. We talk about the HTML, and we talk about a lot of things. But anyhow, let's get into this. The total crypto market cap is getting slaughtered. We talked about this. We already know what's going on. We're the best in the business for a reason. We've got this pattern drawn out, sniffed out, and we've got it all the way back to January of 27th of this year, about with the uptrend and downtrending resistance, uptrending support. We talked about how this could have been a fake out. We predicted it was a fake out, but it came back within our downtrending resistance, which is a support. It was trying to use it as support, but now it came back into resistance like it's supposed to. We're at the daily time frame, so if the total crypto market cap can bounce off of here, which could it? Maybe. We could do something like this, and then it's going to come down to, does 2.273 trillion hold true, become the resistance in this area, and force us down, to here, and ultimately, that's the double bottom. So that's where I'm thinking it might force us down to. But it doesn't necessarily have to stop there, guys. We could try to come back and be rejected by the channel, which would also make sense. We're in a channel. We could come back up here somewhere. Actually, I think it'd make more sense we would do something quick and come up to about 2.45 trillion if we were to retest it. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think we would get rejected and come here and then try to retest it somewhere out here. I think it's going to be a big move if we do this right. Bounce off this, right? And then we'd probably bounce off of that like that. We get something like that. So it's going to be a lot of stuff, but we're going to see exactly what it does. So right now, all you need to know is the support in the area is 2.094 trillion. Resistance is 2.225 trillion. And we're right on the border. We got rejected, it's going to look like. But we're going to see what happens because there's a lot of stuff that can happen between now and tomorrow even. The Bitcoin dominance chart is up 0.34%. We have resistance, and I was talking yesterday about how this is a very tight zone in the daily until it's going to break out eventually because it looks like it got nice support. And this is a triple bottom. Make no mistake about it, ladies and gentlemen. We're on a triple bottom. Oh, yes. So 39.83% is the support. 40.41% is the resistance. If we break up I would say we were going to have no problem getting up to about that 43.94%. Obviously, we have 41.13% that we got to deal with, 41.91, 42.83, and 43.94. But this is a gigantic, and I mean a gigantic W if it were to break through. Because you can see this part that extended out. Even with the rest of it, you can go. Anyway, even if it's not a W and it's something like this, the pattern's holding true to play like this. So it could just do this until it figures it out. But it looks like a pretty big pump's coming here to the Bitcoin dominance chart. I'm just saying. About 15%. What does that mean for all of our cryptos? So that's just something that could happen. The BITO Pro Shares, we have called this so beautifully, it's scary. From every drop point to every next move to the point where it just hit. So the BITO Pro Shares, we're underneath the support at 30.39. So I think the logical would be 28, 29, or 28.91 if it hits here for a triple bottom. If it falls through this, oh, it's going to be a long night. Then you got $24.30. So just consider that. The BITO, I don't even know why anybody buys it. If you were going to buy crypto, you might as well buy crypto. I mean, yeah, if you're going to swing trade it. But as far as holding something, if you're just buying it because you want crypto, I'd just buy the fucking crypto. But if you want it to try to swing trade, make some money, you understand the chart, well then, yeah, obviously it could be a good trade because then you're in the stock market. You don't have to deal with the crypto tax and you can just do it as a stock trading, which that makes sense. But if it's just to gain exposure to crypto, I don't know. There's many ways to get exposure to crypto than this. Now it's actually getting into better times to buy this. We've watched it come down better than, 40%? And we've called it beautifully. So, when Bitcoin is crashing, this is junk. If Bitcoin was doing good, there would be more exposure and there might be more institutional buyers here that might be willing to throw some big boy dollars there because the retail investor ain't moving this worth a dick. I don't care what anybody says. But if there was some retail money coming in, some institutional money, then you might get some interest. And then this could move. And now it's getting to a point where they might start to become more interested because of the price. And that's how business works. So I'd be paying attention to this because this could be a hook. And if it holds this area, and it would have to hold it pretty close to right here at 29.72, I would say. If it holds that, we could have a hook back up to 32.92. So just pay attention to that. Because if there's easy money to be made, you might as well make it. Tether, we called for this pump to back to the top of the zone. And I've been all over Tether for a long time. So we're trying to see if it can hit that 34.80. Right now we have support of 34.26 that it looks like it wants to hold. But it's right there. It's so... it's right there, guys, with Tether, the 34.26 support. But that's why I think, my lines are time tested and they're really something to be treasured. And on an honest world on YouTube, I at least give you trusted technical analysis that is confirmed with the results. Then we have 34.68 resistance, but I think 34.80, if we come up there, I think this just needs, because we got to break that. That's why I have it there. So 34.68. So we would have to break that before getting up to 34.80 and trying to clear the zone. So that's Tether. It's pumping like we predicted. And then Ethereum, our new addition, which I hope you guys appreciate the addition of Ethereum. I want to have these bigger ones like this. And Ethereum fits in perfectly with what we're doing here. So if you look at this in the grand scheme, just so we can get a bigger look. I've been covering Ethereum for a while. So the double bottom here is 35.06. We're getting pretty close. We can add some layers, like where it's stuck right here at 36.49 for future reference. Because I believe the 30-minute time frame is going to work somewhere. Ooh, it's way up there. Wow. Yeah, see, this fell way through. This is bad. So... we're just going to put this. I want to see this wick where it came down just so I have a reference point. So 36.26 would be a support right here. But then we've got to go all the way up to 38. 38.32. We do have a little cup here 37.05 could give us trouble. I just want to draw the spots that could give us some problems here before we even get the... There's just so much stuff in these areas. I'm going to modify this just a little bit. So, I mean, that's what we're looking at. There's a lot of work to be done here. I think we're coming down to this double bottom down here, though. I really do. I think we've come close enough. I mean, look how close we are. Why not just come down to this area? Let's make it like this so you can see it better. Why not just come down to 35.06? We've come all the way down to here. I think we're going to come down to 35.06. So I'm saying 35.06 support, 37.06 resistance. It's that simple. With Ethereum, don't make it any more complicated than it is. And Bitcoin, which plays it all. You can see I played that apex area we talked about yesterday. It's so crazy because it's the actual spot where it's going to make the move up or down. We talked about that being the actual key spot where it would have to get to before we get to that critical oh shit moment. We're at the oh shit moment. Are we going to break back into the channel? We're going to try to make a move back up to the 4-hour time frame around 51,219. Are we going to get rejected by 47,183, which would be a huge rejection because that it needs to get over that immediately. But to me, it kind of looks like it's going to continue to the downside. And if we fall back into that channel, that gives us the ability to get back to the double bottom at 41,994. And everything I've just shown you and every other chart speaks to the fact that even if we have a small bounce here, we're going to likely get back to that double bottom at minimum of 41,994 in the short term. Make sure that the like button, turn the bell notification to all. It isn't it fun how it all comes together here on Swing Traders Anonymous.